Last year, I played Firewatch for the first time, and it left me speechless. It was released back in 2016, and it quickly became the gold standard for narrative-driven, first-person adventures. Set in the Wyoming wilderness, it was a quiet, introspective experience where the focus wasn't on combat or mechanics, but on dialogue, atmosphere, and the feeling of being alone, with only a radio connection to the other person. For so many players, it was the first time a game truly captured the cinematic level of storytelling while still making you feel grounded in the world. Nothing since has really managed to recapture that magic for me, at least not until Arctic Awakening. This game gave me the same chills, the same sense that I wasn't just playing something, I was living through it. You step into the boots of Kai, a former Navy pilot, stranded in Alaska after a catastrophic plane crash. Your friend Donovan escapes early, leaving you alone with Alfie, your therapy AI bot. But the story quickly proves it isn't about surviving the cold, it's about surviving yourself. Now, Kai isn't your standard hero. He's a normal person, someone weighed down by regrets, fears, and a quiet determination. Every choice you make, every interaction in the frozen Alaskan wilderness, carries weight because Kai just feels so real. You gradually uncover fragments of his past, why he became a pilot, relationships that shaped him, mistakes that haunt him. That depth makes even small actions feel meaningful.
Hell, could be anything. You never know with these bureaucracies. Priorities change all the time.
It sounds as if you have experience with this.
With government? Nah. In the service, though, you get used to not asking too many questions.
Is that why you left?
Alfie, meanwhile, isn't just a comic relief. Dry, deadpan humour had me laughing more than a few times, but over the course of the game, I genuinely grew more attached. Their little reminders about survival, awkward attempts at comfort, and relentless judgment make Alfie feel like a real companion. When things get tense, when danger lurks, that attachment makes stakes feel higher. Gameplay is straightforward, but effective. You climb cliffs, pick up items, and solve light environmental puzzles. You can pick up nearly everything in the game. Kai probably carries the world's largest backpack because he just seems to have endless amounts of inventory space. Most items don't serve a practical purpose, but they trigger conversations or reactions that wouldn't have happened otherwise. It makes exploration feel very much alive.
I guess I should have taken that map at Holly's lab. She had some codes, just not sure.
Puzzles are simple, mostly figuring out which path to take or what to interact with next. I will say that the objectives can be vague, and I sometimes found myself wondering if I was heading in the right direction. I would have liked an auto-sprint option for long stretches of snow, or subtle hints if you linger too long. Still, walking around the world never really felt boring. Every landmark, every wreck, every log you find feels tied to the story and interesting. Even the minor survival mechanics, hunger, sanity, are more about pacing than challenge. You rarely need to worry, but they reinforce the isolation, giving time to reflect on Kai and Alfie, the crash, and the mystery surrounding you. The Alaskan setting is stunning. Snow, ice, and cliffs, lots of wreckage. The visuals aren't just decoration, they tell the story. Storms make you uneasy, sunlight over snow feels serene, and quiet moments carry a weight. The soundtrack by Jock Winks is phenomenal. Acoustic instruments layered with atmospheric soundscapes captured tension, loneliness, and emotion perfectly. Walking through a snowy field while the music swirls makes you feel the isolation you're in. Softer melodies highlight reflection, grief, or hope. It's one of those rare scores inseparable from the narrative.
What the hell is that? Oh, you don't think it's some sort of weather manipulation?
It would not be the first time Holly led us to a new truth.
The game is episodic, 5 chapters in total, all available at once. Early chapters set up tension, introduce characters, and establish Alaska's dangers. Episode 3 accelerates the pace and mystery, and Episode 4 slows down for preparation, and Episode 5 delivers the emotional finale. Each episode we see is manageable, roughly about 2 hours in playtime. so even slower sections never really feel like a chore. Cliffhangers at the end of each episode are addictive. They left me sitting here thinking what would happen next, sometimes for hours, and yes, I ended up playing for 11 hours straight because I couldn't stop.
Listen, it's all an illusion. Don't allow them to blind you to the truth. The key to all of it lies at the peak. Don't forget to step lightly. To share this with the world is now yours to give. I know you'll do what's right.
Some puzzles are definitely repetitive, and the navigation could really be clearer. The inventory is endless, which is fun, but some objectives feel trivial. Occasionally, softlocks force me to restart a scene. I've put some footage on the screen here. For me, these weren't massively game-breaking, but I did have to repeat a section every now and then, and I was a tad bit frustrated simply because I couldn't get myself out of a situation. I wasn't sure whether it was the game's design or whether I was stuck and softlocked. Despite these minor flaws, the story and immersion carry the experience so much, and honestly, for £18, I'd say it's just completely worth it. It was on sale when I bought it. What makes Arctic Awakening so gripping isn't just the survival or puzzles. It's the way the story keeps you questioning. Donovan vanishes early, leaving you alone with Alfie. As you explore, the environment hints at a bigger, controlling presence. Some organization or government overseeing this island that you've crashed on. Logs, recordings, and hidden facilities slowly reveal more about Naomi and Holly, and the strange experiments on the island. You stumble upon surreal set pieces, a TV studio inside of a tower, hidden laboratories, stasis pods holding people frozen in time. Each discovery shocks, puzzles, and sometimes terrifies. The game rarely explains everything, leaving questions unanswered in a way that keeps the tension alive long after you stop playing. These elements create constant curiosity, making every step forward feel significant and unpredictable.
Well, we've been looking everywhere for you. What do you think we're doing up here?
Oh, I'm just busting your balls, man. This radio keeps getting bits of your transmissions, but not strong enough.
One of the things I wasn't expecting going in was just how much Arctic Awakening makes you feel the weight of building a friendship. At first, Alfie is just this court-mandated therapy drone, a machine doing its job. But as the hours tick by, you start to notice the little things.
Wow, that really was fun.
Well, that's quite the arm you've developed.
The way they soften their tone, the awkward humour that sneaks in, the concern in their voice when the cold starts getting to you. It's not just clever writing, it's the slow realization that you're no longer surviving alone. You catch yourself depending on Alfie, not just for reminders or navigation, but for presence, for conversation, for the sense that somebody actually cares whether you make it through the night. That bond sneaks up on you. By the time the story reaches its later chapters, you realize just how attached you've become. That Alfie isn't just a tool, but a friend, and it's rare, in games or anywhere else, to feel that kind of companionship grow so naturally.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Kai, you can do it.
Well, okay. When all hope is lost, find more than a promise. Down on your luck, with dirt in your pockets. When you lost me, you found a hole in the ground. Are you near, maybe far? Search a northerly star.
For all the mystery and tension in Arctic Awakening, what really stays with me are the quiet, intimate moments. Sitting by a campfire while the snow falls, the way the light catches on the tree line at dawn, those stretches of silence where nothing dramatic happens. but you're just there, existing in the world. There's a coziness to it, that kind of warmth you only feel when the world outside is brutal, but you've carved out a little corner of safety for yourself. Lighting a fire, hearing Alfie float nearby. These aren't just survival mechanics, they become rituals, almost comforting in their repetition. It's that mix of harshness and peace that gives Arctic Awakening its atmosphere. The game knows when to pull back, when to let you breathe, and those moments of calm make the shocks and mysteries hit even harder. Sometimes I think we forget just how important games like this are. The industry today is packed with shooters, live service titles, endless battle passes, and massive open worlds demanding hundreds of hours. And don't get me wrong, there's fun to be had in those, but they rarely stop and ask you to sit still, to think, to feel. Back in 2016, Firewatch proved that you could strip away combat, take away the need for constant action, and still keep players glued to the screen. Before that, Gone Home and Dear Esther were some of the first to show that exploration and atmosphere could carry an entire experience. These games gave us a new term, walking simulator. And yeah, at first it was meant to be an insult, but over time it became a badge of honor, a genre where the story, the writing, and the connection mattered most more than the mechanics. Since then, games like Oxenfree, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Journey have reminded us that it's okay to slow down, that games don't always need to be about winning or reflexes, but about empathy, about stepping into someone else's shoes and experiencing a story that lingers with you long after the credits roll. That's why Arctic Awakening hit me so hard. In a sea of games fighting for your attention, here's this quiet, reflective adventure that just lets you be. It's about survival, yes, but also about friendship, regret, healing, and mystery. That kind of experience is becoming more and more valuable. Because sometimes in a world filled with chaos, both in gaming and in real life, we don't need another power fantasy. Sometimes we need a reminder that a simple story told well can change everything. That connection is what makes games truly unforgettable. Arctic Awakening isn't perfect, but it's truly remarkable what this small team has done. Some pacing issues, minor bugs, and simple puzzles exist, but they never overshadow the heart of the game, Kai's story, Alfie's presence, and the world of Alaska, and the mystery that constantly draws you forward. If you love story-driven games, characters you care about, and worlds that feel alive, this game is for you. And at £18, it's an absolute steal.
I believe I understand it now. The choice to control my own existence for something beyond myself is what gives purpose. At least for me, this is what it means to be a person. To be alive. I suppose that's all that matters in the end.
No. We'll just keep searching. We'll find another way. We're all getting out of here.
There is no time for debate, Kai. This is about more than the four of us now. Do you know where you're going?
I bet you could drive a truck out here with it.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed playing this game, and I've put a lot of effort into this video. So yeah, I will see you all in the next review.